Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Hey, welcome back. It's Monday, the Monday after Christmas. I hope you're feeling good. Are you feeling like you're ready to get back at it? Or are you going to be waiting till after the new year to get back at it? Everybody's got their way. You know, everybody's got their way. I've seen some funny stuff on social media where it's like the abyss, the week after Christmas, the week before New Year's is the abyss. It's where time goes by super fast. Calories don't count. And anything that happens is like a memory hold. Because you feel like you're in this weird spot of not being in the new year, still waiting for one more holiday through the holiday season. So I totally get it. So go easy on yourself. It's not going to help to beat yourself up about this time of year. When you're ready, you will get going. And that's just kind of how it is. You can't push it. I had a beautiful hike yesterday. I wanted to share this with you. We got a little bit of snow here in northern Colorado, just a little dusting, but we headed up to the mountains and got this little hike in. Look at how gorgeous the river is running. More of this. Right? Just a light dusting on beautiful mountains and the gorgeous river running. more of that. Please, more of that. So anyway, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas and that things are going well for you. I'm probably going to lose it today. I'll just warn you that because I'm like, as I was getting ready, I mean, is your feed full of fraud? Is your feed full of fraud? Fraud here, fraud there, fraud, everywhere fraud. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Where aren't we supposed to be looking right now? Is what I always interpret this, because you've got every, right-wing influencer, every political pundit, every journalist, maverick journalist right now, all eyes on fraud in Minnesota. Fraud. Cool. I think I've said this, I don't know how many times, like, I don't know when people are going to get it. It's like, I don't like, duh. The whole thing's fraud. It's been going on a very long time. Okay. This is not new. I mean, cool. We got this 23-year-old, right, who's awesome. Nick Shirley. He goes out and he, does the real journalistic work and stuff like that. But and then you've got all these, every influencer just piling on this story. Oh, I found this. I uncovered this. No kidding. No kidding, really. So now we're going to be knee deep in fraud for, I don't know how long. And I think that's great. The normies are coming around to understanding, but how short is the memory here? How short is the memory here? Because let me say this clearly, maybe for the people in the back of the bus, not for you, but for the people in the way back, probably will never hear this show anyway, but I'll just say it anyway. It's all a racket. All of it. Oh, yes. I mean, I truly do mean all of it. I mean, your politics are a racket. I mean, your corporations, your megacorp, your BlackRock, your healthcare, your insurance, your food, your agriculture. Everybody's running a racket. And maybe you're like me, you see all this stuff and you think, well, geez, what kind of sucker am I? Yesterday I was like, oh man, I'm quite the sucker, aren't I? Because I'm out here just, all the time. Jason and I have been building businesses for years. We've had trucking business, we've got logistics business. We've always been in business, we've gotten jobs to supplement our businesses. He was always just doing it the legitimate way. But, a lot of people don't do it that way. Maybe it's just you and I out here trying to live properly and do the right thing, because it seems like to me, I've been saying this for a long time now, everybody's got a racket. And if you want to understand things, because it sure makes a whole lot more sense, when you start to understand how the world really works. Oh, well, it makes a whole lot of sense why it doesn't seem to matter who you vote in, does it? Things don't, it's just slow progress, because you know why? It's a business and these are negotiations that have to take place and, certain strategy, and it's all, orchestrated, not necessarily for the benefit of you and I, right? But maybe for, the game that is being played and the outcomes that the particular players of the game want. That would make more sense, right? Because then why aren't people like Hillary Clinton in jail? Gee, I don't know. Maybe it's because everybody has their racket. Maybe it's that. It cracks me up. But anyway, I want to share with you a clip here of this whole Nick Shirley thing. This is young, brilliant, great 23-year-old American kid out there doing journalism. This is a little bit about what he's uncovered. Take a listen.
Don't open up.
They said they spelt learning wrong.
Don't open up.
How do you have ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up.
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Don't open up. We have ice.
Ma'am, what do you think about this place being licensed for 99 children
Don't open up.
and getting $4 million
Don't
over
open
the
up. It's ice.
$4 million in the last 2 years?
Go away.
What do you think about that? Are you in
Go
favor?
away.
Are you in favor of that?
Go away.
You know where
You're
the-
not welcome here.
Are you-
Shame on you.
Are you in favor of $1.9
Shame
million
on you.
going
It's ice.
illegally,
Don't open up.
fraudulently to this business that has quality learning center but can't even spell learning right on the door?
Don't open up.
Ma'am, we are not ICE.
I don't care who you are. You don't belong here.
I belong here just like you belong here.
Don't open up. It's ice.
You do realize that there's supposed to be 99 children in here at this building, but there's no one here. This is a child daycare
Minnesota
center.
says 99 children. Paid $1.9 million this year in CCAP funding. Do you know where the children are? Were they kidnapped? They run away? Where are the children? This is state of Minnesota. Right here.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
And who are you with?
Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley on YouTube.
Yeah, so who are you with here?
Oh, he's just been doing some research investigating the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm with Nick Shirley.
This lady, she's calling us ICE. We're just trying to put law and order back in the streets of the United States. Get rid of all the fraud. Have you ever seen children at that daycare center right there? Where?
Doesn't this look like it's out of some kind of like weird futuristic movie where this woman is, filming through her camp? Like, this is a real-time video captured of brainwashing, everybody. This woman's brain has been completely captured, brainwashed. She only sees the world through her phone. She only sees the world through what the mainstream media tells her to see it, right? ICE! ICE! Right along to just hook, line, and sinker into the narrative. Completely brainwashed, completely captured. Just, this must be ICE. I'm supposed to be on the lookout for ICE. I'm a good citizen. I'm on the lookout for ICE. We must save the brown people. This is insane. Like, who wants to be a part of this? This is it's, you gotta laugh because it's just so nuts. Right? Absolutely nuts that a white woman who lives in the United States of America, I'm presuming she's an American citizen, she is alerting illegals about ICE. Nothing to do with illegals. These journalists here are trying to capture criminals, on film to expose how they are, stealing her tax dollars. But she's such a good person. She's such a good person, She's such a good person. She's trying to save the brown people from the evil whites that are trying to, out them and send them back to their crap hole country. It looked like a comedy scene to me. It really did. And that is why we are in the situation we are in, because there has been such an intense propaganda machine that sucks people into it and captures their soul. And that's why I'm constantly saying it isn't about left. And it isn't about right. It's the fact that everybody's consciousness is sucked up in this crap. Playing the game, one side or the other. They really think they're playing the game. This kind of journalism's great because hopefully it wakes up some more normies. It's not like anything's going to get done about this. I mean, sure, there might be some kind of dog and pony show where you really did bad here, but are we going to see people go to jail? No, we're not. And the reason we're not going to see anybody go to jail, everybody, is because everybody at playing this game, politics, big business, corporation, they too run a racket. And this is unspoken rules that they play here in this globalist elite game that you and I are not a part of. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen.
Visit us over at naturallyinspiredstore.com, where you can access over 30 products. Buy one, get one free. And right now, listen closely. Right now, you can place an order for $50 and it has free shipping on it. So any order, there's 1 day left, only today. So by midnight tonight, you have to place your order. You can place an order for $50 or more and you get no shipping. So it's free shipping. So you can buy 2-for-1 products. You get free shipping. Oh my gosh, this is an awesome deal. Take advantage of this, please. I know a lot of you, I spoke to a few of you over the break, and many of you are like, oh, I was thinking about the collagen. Do you think I should get it? Yes. Yes, I do. And here's why. Everybody needs collagen. Oh, if you're over the age of 25, you got stiff joints, if your fascia is not properly hydrated, if you are, feeling stiff when you get up in the morning, give collagen a try. Trust me. You'll be so glad that you did. Take advantage of this awesome deal because this stuff never goes on sale. The immune formula right now is buy one, get one free. Again, free shipping. You'll get 2 bottles and free shipping. My goodness, it's such a good deal. So head on over there today, naturallyinspiredstore.com, make your purchase. And then when you do, book with me. Book a free assessment with me. We'll sit down. We'll make sure you have your goals in line for your optimum health for the new year. Yay. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited for 2026. Let me tell you, I am. So many people are joining the Naturally Inspired community, and I cannot wait because this year is going to be a great one. I know it. Visit us, naturallyinspiredstore.com. So I get heated about this, you guys, because I guess, I guess what it is that I'm just ready. I'm ready for people to discover their higher consciousness, to stop paying attention to the gangsters. The gangsters are going to fight it out no matter what. They're fighting it out. There's so many gangsters, so many gang fights going on right now. I can't even keep track of them. You got your corporate gangsters, you've got your tech gangsters, you've got BlackRock, you've got all these, different groups that are all gangsters. You got religious gangsters, right? Every group has its set of gangsters, and everybody's clawing their way around right now, trying to secure and keep their racket going. And it's going to be tough. If we all have to go to this digital ID stuff, maybe it'll be a little tough for these people. I don't know. Probably not. It'll probably just be tough for you and I. But yeah, so forgive me, but yes, of course there's a racket going on. Of course there is. Of course there is. There are so many rackets going on. I mean, I brought a bunch of clips for you today just to prove the point, how many rackets. This is not new. This is not new. I pulled a few of them. Okay, just a few clips. Check this one out.
To Barack Obama's legacy, Obamacare. Congress's watchdog, the GAO, found massive systemic fraud in Obamacare. $21 billion potentially in fraud in just 2023 alone. 58,000 dead people got $94 million, but Obamacare was why Democrats shut down the government last month for 43 days. They want $400 billion more in subsidies. The Senate votes next week on a Democrat plan to try to get that spending. Luke Usier from Senate Budget, Kansas Senator Roger Marshall. Senator, you've been all over Obamacare fraud. How can Democrats demand and justify more money and spending? And let's go through what the GAO found. 97,000 double dipped and got at least double or triple the coverage. Obamacare gave out coverage without requesting documents. They gave out 190,000 separate instances of unauthorized payouts. Fake identities. They still got Obamacare. So they were getting these tax credits with fake IDs and dead people's social security numbers and more.
What? Fraud? Fraud in Obamacare? What? No. What? Your tax dollars, okay, have been subsidizing the scummiest, most putrid, disgusting corporations on the planet, which is debatable, I guess, but definitely in the top 3. And I would say insurance companies. The ones that, deny your claims when your dying mother needs treatment. I'd say that's pretty scummy, right? So, yeah, that whole thing, that whole Obama thing, that whole thing was fraud. We'll cut you this deal, right? We'll cut you this deal. You give us that. We'll do this. Who loses? We do. And we pay for it. And we fund it. That's the real, if you let that, when I first found out some of this stuff many years ago, I was seething because I'm just oh my gosh, not only are they screwing us over, they're using our money to do it. We're paying for it. We're paying for them to screw us over. Well, you could really let that eat up your soul if you let it. And then you just have to let it go. You just have to let it go because this is fraud. This is a scam. I can't look anywhere where there isn't when the government's involved. So what are you going to do? Are you going to spend your life being sour and bitter and upset about all of this when there's really nothing you can do about it? No, you can't. So what do? You have to try to shape culture yourself. You have to talk about these things and say, do you realize that this stuff is going on? Because maybe if more people realize this stuff is going on, they'll stop buying their stuff. That's the best we can do. If people stop buying their stuff. Because when you stop buying their stuff, well, then the marketplace has to kind of change, right? They can try to mandate it. I don't think that's going to go over very well anymore. I think we're all onto it. I think enough of us. I mean, I know there's still some people like that lady we just watched. Good Lord. There are people like that still out there thinking, oh, I'm the good guy. But I do think there's enough of us that know what's going on that that could really change things. Just not partaking in your little scheme, not partaking and funding your racket. Now, maybe if we could get some of these greedy guts people who, they come out of tech school. Oh, I'm a tech bro now. I'm developing AI. I'm going to go straight to the government. Give me money. I don't want to bootstrap my own business, but just where's the next grant coming from? Maybe if we could get people to, maybe stop doing that. I don't know why they want the government involved in their business. I mean, I don't think that, I would imagine that Mark Zuckerberg was under a teeny bit of stress during COVID, because take the government's money, they're going to tell you what to do. That's kind of the way things work. Here's yet another little example of fraud, since we're talking about it. Here it is.
Congressman Kevin Kiley, he is sounding the alarm in his home state, saying under Governor Gavin Newsom's leadership, it has become the, quote, fraud capital of America.
And we have team coverage. Our national correspondent, Alana Austin, is on Capitol Hill with more on the investigations into Tim Walz. But we start with correspondent Heather Myers, who has more on what is going on in California. A rainy day out there on the West Coast. Heather, what can you tell us?
Well, good afternoon to you, Katrina and Andrew. This latest report was issued by the state auditor, and that's a nonpartisan position. That state auditor now puts 8 state agencies on the high-risk list of agencies to watch out for things like fraud and mismanagement as well as waste. Here's a look at that 92-page report. Newly added to the high-risk list is California's food stamp program. If the state doesn't get the improper payments under control, it could cost an extra $2.5 billion. Also on there is the Department of Finance, which was tasked with giving out COVID relief funds. Critics say $32 billion of that was taken by fraudsters. Then there are infrastructure issues like California's deteriorating dams and also the high-speed train that's already cost taxpayers $18 billion without a single section of track complete. Other reports cite $24 billion spent on the homeless issue that critics claim the state lost track of. More recently, there's a report that says California cell phone users paid a surcharge for years to upgrade the state's 911 system. Here's Congressman Kevin Kiley talking about what happened to that plan.
That after spending $650 million on that system, the state is totally scrapping it.
I don't even have enough time in this show today, this 2-hour show, to run down all the projects like this that go on nationally that never actually come to fruition, that have been funded, that get the money, but they don't actually happen. Where does the money go? I wouldn't have enough time. I would not have enough time. So what happens to the money? Well, let's speculate, because it's just speculation here, but like there have been rail, trains that have been funded to the tune of billions, no trains. You know what's one of my favorite? The electric car stations, for the charging stuff. Oh, yeah. So billions. But I think there's been like, I don't know, maybe like 6 stations built or something. Where'd that money go? Yeah. I mean, you just have to laugh at it because it's like, it's so ridiculous. And so once you're like, man, what a debacle. They really mismanaged that program, didn't they? Oh, yeah. Did they? No, you're not really getting it if you think it's a debacle. No, it's going exactly how they have it designed. It's what Elon Musk started to unravel with Doge, and then the brakes were put on that. How come the brakes were put on that? Did we actually see anybody get walked away in handcuffs? Did I miss that? I mean, didn't we uncover transgender surgery education in Uganda? The money's not going there, people. The money is lining the pockets of the gangsters that are on that game board I always talk about, playing the game. We're not even on the board. They're getting paid. Once you understand it, then everything makes so much more sense. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations? much of it being imported or processed with additives. Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
Get your 2-for-1 deals before they run out. Go into 2026 stocked and ready for wellness. Get your 2-for-1s at naturallyinspiredstore.com. Free shipping, one day only, because it's only been a couple of days, and today is the last day. So if you want to make a purchase, get that 2-for-1 collagen. Do it today because you'll get free shipping. I love a good bargain, and we all need good bargains, especially because everyone keeps stealing our money, right? So I was doing some investigating into this. It's like, okay, I want to be able to explain how this happens, right? How does this happen? So let's just take this Somali thing in Minnesota, right? So how does one get over here, and just automatically know how to start a business? Because I think we started our first business when we were about 22, maybe 22. It was a DJ business. And it was kind of like, how do we get a license? How do we do this? I remember going down to the Small Business Association in our town, and they helped us kind of, get a license. And then it was just kind of like, there you go, you're off to the races, figure out how to do it. And so we did, right? But no. See, these people who, this is a money laundering scam. That's what this is. It's money laundering. So what they do is they bring, unsuspecting people into the country, and they say, you can start a business. We'll walk you through the maze of paperwork so that you can be, successful in America. And of course, people want to be successful in America, so they do it. And this is all they really have to do. So a couple of the businesses that are really standing out as fraudulent in this Nick Shirley investigation are home health businesses, daycare services, right? Because these are all government-funded programs, right? You can get government money for providing these services. Okay, so how hard is it though? Well, it's actually there's something called a non-emergency medical transportation business. And see, we used to be in logistics. And so I understand this part of it. So I thought, well, this is a great example. So what they do is they form an LLC. And I'm picking this one because here in Colorado, I see these cars all over. These kind of, I don't know, low grade cars, I guess you could say. And maybe they have some press on type of lettering on them. Not a big investment, let me say. They don't have a big investment in their car, which is fine. But so what they do is they have to start an LLC, okay, or a business entity. So XYZ Medical Logistics LLC, say. And then they have to enroll as a non-emergency medical transportation provider with in the state of Colorado, Department of Healthcare Policy or Financing. And then, they get a little credential drivers, vehicles, they check their car basically. And then you got to make sure you comply with state and federal Medicaid regulations. And then you bill Medicaid claims. You set up an account so that you can bill Medicaid claims. So this is what's happening. And they're getting walked through this process, okay, and then they get Medicaid reimbursements. And it's the same in terms of daycare. They get supplemental daycare payments from the government. So, the thing is that a lot of these businesses don't actually do anything. So, again, form an entity, get a license, register to accept subsidy payments, cash checks, keep a log of attendance. But it just so happens that in a lot of these states that are using this model for money laundering, because see what happens is then these people that they've so graciously helped through the system to help them start a business, they're signed up for 30% donation back to a political party. So they've got a viable business, so they want to make sure that their politics are in line for their viable business. So they donate back so they're taking taxpayer money from you, from me, and they are funneling it through this business. And these businesses are required to give the money back to True Blue, I believe, was allegedly named in some of the stuff. So you get the circle here, and it's going, let me tell you, okay, this is not new. This is what Doge uncovered in a large part. And let me just remind you of some of the Doge stuff, because, that was really something, wasn't it? Let's see here. Here are the 10 federal grants that were uncovered by Doge. Transgender Colombian Opera Grant. Grants for apps connecting gender-curious children to adults. EPA Green Bank grants, Million in Health Disparity Minority Health Research grants, research grants on transgender health vulnerabilities, grants for building gender-neutral bathrooms abroad, not even here, Federal Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Program funding. Do you see how this is working? So what happens is there's people who understand the language to write a grant. Like me, I wouldn't know where to begin to write a grant. But there are people that do this for a living. That's actually all they do, is they just write grants to get government money. They spend all their time doing it. That's what they do. And so, you just hire some people. Hey, I got an issue. Hey, you know what? I'd like to change the medical model. Can I get a grant for that? Something tells me I probably couldn't get a grant for that. But there's a lot of people that know how to get grants like this. So, that's just the tip of the iceberg, you guys. Like, I can't tell you. Like, it's depressing if I told you. Like, everywhere you look, there's a racket going on, and these people who are playing the game are getting paid. And the reason why nothing ever happens, you guys, is a couple of different reasons, and this is just my opinion. Number one is there's so many people doing it. Nobody wants to truly expose it, because if you truly expose it, it'll get shut down, and then, nobody will be able to screw the system. So don't really want it to get shut down, because everybody's playing that game. That's one reason, right? And another reason is, it is just more, I guess it's more... let me just say, if you get somebody on the hook for something and they're a powerful person themselves, then you never know when you can play that card against them in the whole scheme of things. It's like almost this person is more useful if they aren't in jail, because they can be leaned on, they can be extorted, they can be pushed, right, to do things that they otherwise would not do. And I think that's a big part of this game as well. Here's yet another little example of some fraud, since we're talking about fraud. Watch this.
It's a multi-billion-dollar project. And this site has been under construction for almost a decade now, I want to say. Luke Slywaker and I, we've been doing a couple reports on this place. It's supposed to be online by 2026. pumping out 30 million gallons. It looks like they built up the wall here so we can't see in anymore, which is fine. Making progress, I guess. It's better than the rest of the city. But I don't see this thing being online by 2026, pumping 30 million gallons. Now, it could be the other side up the way, but I have a feeling they probably tie in together. Now, this is the city of San Diego's heralded project, toilet to tap. So they take our toilet water and they filter it, which this technology is like 30 years old. So it's not even supposed to filter out all the hormones and things like that people put in their body nowadays. But I don't see this thing coming online anytime soon.
How much you want to make a bet somebody's brother-in-law is doing that work? You know what I mean? That's how I have to laugh, because it's just, like I said, it's so ridiculous now. Like, it's so blatantly ridiculous. They don't even barely bother to cover it up. You know? They barely bother to cover it up. Yeah. So, like, this isn't news, you know? Like, my question right now is, like, why? Why are we, like, I'm not kidding you. My entire feed is about fraud right now, about Somali fraud, right? What's going on? Like, what's going on? Because this is a huge diversion. Right? Not that it's not wrong. I'm all board. Yeah, like, it's wrong. Let's deport them. I'm totally there for you. Like, yes, let's do it. But also, like, how come this particular story has sucked all the oxygen out of the room right now? That's what aren't we looking at? Because there's a lot of Epstein stuff going on, right? There's weirdness all around the whole Candace thing. I don't know what the heck is going on there. But everybody's focused on this now. And you just got to ask yourself, why, right? I didn't exactly have, like, Tim Dillon on my list of, top teachers for 2025. But let me tell you, Tim Dillon, he's a comedian. If you don't know who he is definitely spitting some facts on his podcast recently. He is definitely talking about some things that I think are profound. Let's get this clip in real quick before we go to break.
But Trump came out and defended Clinton the other day. He was like, I don't like all these photos of Clinton out there. These people are, they didn't do anything wrong. They're just in a bunch of photos. And I don't like that. I don't like that. So you do see there is a bipartisan consensus amongst some people to keep this hush. And then there's a lot of people that want this stuff out in the open. And it seems to be generational. A lot of the younger people, or people that, aren't implicated, don't seem to have a problem with putting this stuff out there. But a lot of people are trying to keep this stuff from public view. And it's pretty obvious, and they want Clinton to testify. Now, behind the scenes in the Democratic Party, of Hillary and Bill and other people lobbying, going, you can't open this can of worms. This is going to be a big problem. There's a lot of dirty deeds. That come to light with this stuff. It's human trafficking, it's pedophilia, it's arms trafficking, it's drug running, it's war profiteering, it's murder, it's assassination, it's Christmas.
It's a racket, and everybody's got one really fast. Let's take a quick look at this screenshot I grabbed from Andrew Tate. I can't wait for the how did they get away with this in front of our government crowd to finally realize it's the government doing it. The people in charge are robbing you blind and destroying your nation, and it's on purpose. I mean, Andrew Tate, I'm not saying, one way or another, but those guys figured out a racket for themselves. They figured out a racket for themselves and they're billionaires. And so, trust someone who understands a racket when they tell you about a racket, right? Stay tuned. We'll be back with your naturally inspired moment.
Did you know that nearly 70% of Americans struggle with their health every single day? That's why we are reaching out to health professionals and to anyone who simply has a heart for helping people. Right now, there's an opportunity to make a real difference in people's lives while building a flexible income stream for yourself. Whether you're already working in health, wellness, or just passionate about seeing people thrive, we want to connect with you and introduce you to our system. Together, we can provide real solutions that empower people to take control of their health and create lasting impact. If you've been looking for a way to combine purpose with income, this is it. Visit simplehealthincome.com or text 720-764-7448. That's simplehealthincome.com or text 720-764-7448. We look forward to working with you.
Listen, amongst all this craziness, here's what I think. Work on yourself. Let's work on ourselves. Let's help each other. Let's build community. Let's focus on enriching our lives. Well, these criminals, these gangsters, let them burn themselves down. Let them burn themselves down, because the more we are entertained by it, the more that we are captured by it, the less we are working on ourselves. And when we are vulnerable, meaning, we don't understand our health, we don't know how to curate optimum health in our bodies, that makes us vulnerable. When we feel like we aren't qualified to make our own decisions about our own life or about our children's life, when we are constantly giving our agency over to these criminals, absolute criminals, we can't possibly start anew. And we're going into a new, whether we like it or not, right? This is a revolution that we are in terms of technology and advancement. And we have a choice. We can sit back and watch this new culture emerge, or we can take personal responsibility for shaping it ourselves. And so watching and complaining and, oh my gosh, look at what they're doing now. And oh, look at this, we're going to do that. And look at what they did here. Okay, but what are you going to do next? That's what I want to know. What are you going to do next? Great. You can cover it. You can expose it. We can talk about it. But what happens after that? Because historically, nothing happens after that. Nothing. Nobody gets led to Gitmo. Nobody gets led away in handcuffs. I'm sorry. It doesn't happen. And the reason why it doesn't happen is because people still don't truly understand how this whole thing is working. This whole thing is working because everybody's getting their cut. Left, right. Listen, why is Lindsey Graham so gung-ho on war? Do you think maybe he makes money off war? Nah, he just likes war. It's all bringing a return to them. And so what can we do about it, though? That's the question, right? What can we do about it? Because like I said, you can get really bitter. You can get really bitter watching the scumbags get richer and richer and, people being preyed upon and extorted, and it's awful. But here's what you can do about it. You can lead by example, right? Like I always say, we got to carve our own experience through this life. And one of the ways that we can do that is leading by example. So for today's naturally inspired moment, I want to talk about 5 ways to do that. 5 ways to lead by example and why it works. It is the most powerful. Anybody who has kids knows this, right? You can tell your kids till you're blue in the face, do this, blah, 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 right? Tell them all this stuff. And they're not listening, right? It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, mom, okay, I know. But then if you look back at your own behavior and you have modeled the type of person that you want them to be, you'll see it in your kids out of nowhere. You'll see it. It's like, oh, was it all the talks? Was it all the talks? No, it wasn't. It was what you did. It is truly your actions that shape other people. And so there's no better way than we can make an impact on our culture than taking personal responsibility for it and shaping it. So 1, do the work you ask others to do. Absolutely. Never ask somebody to do something that you would not do yourself. People don't follow titles. They follow behavior. When others see you willing to do the hard, unseen, or uncomfortable work, it establishes credibility instantly. And this is so powerful because it eliminates hypocrisy and builds trust. And in today's world, wow, you want to be extraordinary? This is what I tell my kids. You want to be extraordinary? Just do the right thing. Just do the right thing. And then don't worry about any return on the right thing or who's watching on the right thing. Like, just show up when you say you're going to show up, just be on time. You do the right thing, treat people with respect, seek to understand, pretty basic stuff. Boom, you're all of a sudden extraordinary because that's how fallen our standards in our society are. Seriously, just like the basic stuff that you and I probably learned, right? When we were kids, it's not being taught anymore. Number 2, live the values you speak about. So values are not what you say. Oh gosh. Some people I wish I could just tattoo this on their arm. I don't care what you say. It's what you do, right? It's what you do. It's what you practice and what you are faithful in practicing, even when nobody's watching, right? Not about virtue signaling here, which we've all had I feel like we've had our fill of virtue signaling, right? Tired of seeing everybody say how great they are, right? Let's get to work. Let's get to work and actually do, right? This is powerful because people learn values through observation. When your life reflects your message, it removes confusion and creates alignment. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is great to expose this stuff. And I think this kid, Nick Shirley's fantastic. Like, this is awesome. But like, how are we going to force the follow-up? Because I don't know about you, but like, these stories are a dime a dozen. Like, they've been coming out for decades. Like, there's one after the other, and nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. It's so curious, right? I mean, everybody seems to have an NGO attached to their corporation, right? And that's perfectly fine. And, nobody ever seems to inquire where the money goes. And then every once in a while, somebody will inquire, and it turns out, oh, one penny goes towards. Where's all the money? Billions of dollars funded into the cancer treatment charities, right? Where's the cure? Where's the cure? So the follow through is really where we need to focus, right? So if we want to see more follow through in the world, then we have to be good with our follow through, right? We have to hold ourselves personally accountable for our own follow through. Number 3, stay calm and grounded under pressure. This matters because your nervous system becomes the template for everyone around you. Remember how I'm always telling you, like, I really want to work on my nervous system. I really want to become like a master of my nervous system. That's because we are driven by frequency. And if you can walk into a room and bring calm and peace, that's real leadership. Right? You can bring the light into any situation if you have a mastered nervous system where you come in and you can stay calm and grounded under pressure. Then other people think, oh, okay, we've got this under control, right? And then your outcomes are better when people are in control, where they are in control of their nervous system and their emotions, and they can respond and not react. So if you can do that in a situation, then it's other people also benefit from that. So it's a really great gift to have. Calm leadership stabilizes environments. It creates safety, clarity, and better decision-making for all, especially during conflict or just even uncertain situations. This is a very powerful tool. Number 4, take responsibility without blame. Ownership builds respect. Excuses erode it. Listen, nobody wants to hear our excuses anymore. Nobody wants to hear our excuses anymore. And you know what? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It does not matter, because you know what? Blaming someone else may feel good, but it does not empower you. And here's the thing. Somebody most definitely, I guarantee, has done you wrong, and they are in the wrong. And they, did something bad to you. 100%. Absolutely. Yes. But we have to take personal responsibility for the circumstances that we have, or else we can't change them. It doesn't release others of blame when we accept personal responsibility for our circumstances. When we take ownership, it only means that we are empowered. Yes, this terrible thing happened to me, but this is what I'm doing now. Yes, this terrible thing happened to me, but I'm moving forward now. Because that's all we can do. We don't have any. If we have to wait for our excuses for other people, well, she said this, or he did that, or I would have done that, but I can't. And, but if we're going to wait for permission for other people, ain't nothing going to get done. Nothing. You know why? Because we're living in a society right now where people barely think about other people. So rest assured, they're not, losing sleep over the things that are bothering you. It's just not the way people operate anymore, unfortunately. We got to get back to that. And I think we will, as we rediscover how important we are to each other and how important we are to everyone's outcome. Right now, nobody looks side to side. Everybody's looking up. Oh, what are they going to tell me to do next? Start looking around. Keep growing publicly. Leadership is not perfection, it's progression. When others see you learning, adjusting, and improving, it gives them permission to grow too. Progress becomes normalized. Lead by example. It's the very most powerful way to lead. Stay tuned, everybody. This is Naturally Inspired Radio.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio. Save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303. 8868. NaturallyInspiredRadio.com.
Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome back. It's hour 2 of Naturally Inspired Radio, coming off a Christmas break, back at it here, talking about things that matter. Hopefully talking about things that will make an impact on your life in a positive way, right? Hopefully maybe people that listen to the show will take away some of the things that we talk about here and think, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this left, right stuff. I'm tired about, the latest and greatest shiny news story I'm supposed to be following. I'm going to take time away from this and pour into myself, right? Pour into my health, pour into my kid, pour into my spouse, pour into my home, my land, the things that matter. That's why I talk about these things, because it's like, listen, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. I mean, I know it's easy to get sucked into this is my party and that's my party. But here's the thing. They are playing a totally different game. We're paying, and this, I'm telling you, I didn't have Tim Dillon on my list of like prophetic people this year, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, Tim's talking about the same things that I'm talking about, which is like our culture is declining and we are being distracted, and the things that really matter to us are being lost. And that should be very concerning. And it doesn't seem like it is. It seems like the latest scandal is what is most concerning. And then the latest material goods. Like, listen, I can't tell you. But like, I mean, you know, I love young people and stuff. I'm not anti-young people by any means, right? But like, you know, some of my daughter's friends and stuff, like the amount of stuff that they got for Christmas, I don't understand it. Like thousands and thousands of dollars. These are young girls, you know, young girls getting thousands and thousands of dollars of stuff. Like, that's not us. Like, we don't do that, right? And I'm not like saying like, I don't want to come off like, oh, I'm doing it better than everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm like, I am like, where are the values here? You know, because if you look at like the dynamic of families nowadays, a lot, you know, separated, broken up, and, you know, one parent's buying all this stuff, another parent's buying all this stuff. Like, it's like a stuff competition. And what it's creating is a little monster who likes a lot of stuff. And that little monster thinks she's going to go out into the world and somebody else is going to need to give her all that stuff. Or she's going to need to get that stuff, and it doesn't matter what she has to do to get the stuff. She needs the stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? We're creating a bunch of little addicts here. Stuff addicts. It's weird. And I think that's what Tim Dillon has been talking about. You know, he's trying to, in his comedic way, which like I'm having a hard time just finding people to listen to these days because like I don't want to hear about that. Like, do something about it. Talk to me when you're doing something about it. You know? Otherwise, we must take personal responsibility for ourselves and build ourselves up, right? We have to, you know, develop our higher consciousness. We have to be good role models. Like, we've got a lot of work to do here. And for today's American culture moment, that's what I wanted to talk about is the fact that we are losing grasp on American culture because we can't even define it. We can't define it. Like over the last few weeks, I've been covering American culture. And the reason being is because a lot of people will say, you don't have a culture. It's America. You're just like a mishmash of like everybody else's culture. You're not really. No. We have some very defining characteristics that make up American culture. We have a language here. We speak English, right? We dress a certain way. We like blue jeans. Our music, right? We like rock and roll. We like country music. We have rap. We have all these different like innovative music genres. We love animals here. They work with us. We have personal relationship with our animals. A lot of countries don't have that. We are known for perseverance historically. We are known for freedom around the world. That is, I think a lot of people, when they think America, oh, freedom. That's what they think. Resilience, innovation, discovery, community, speech, family. These are all words I would use to describe American culture. I found this little video and I wanted to bring it here to you today as people on the street describe American culture. Take a listen.
American culture In my view and my perspective, it's not one particular race. I think it's a culture as a whole. Our belief systems, our morals, our values, and not broken down by race. So if I were to explain American culture, I would definitely say we are a race of beings and not so much of racial.
American culture. Well, I think to begin with, it's going to vary. The answer you're going to get is going to vary from person to person based on their experiences in America. I think for me, part of it is freedom, obviously, is that I'm free to do pretty much anything I want within the restrictions of law, of course.
That's a tough question. American culture could be a lot of things. I mean, if you break it down in certain categories, I mean, obviously, we claim ourselves as being free, but in reality, I feel like there's not much that really shows that.
Well, it's complicated, but if I'm going to try and sum it up really briefly, I'd say American culture is the dream of a perfect dive bar. It's where everybody gets along, nobody messes with anybody else, you're free to do what you want, but it's also a community center. People come together and entertain each other and have some spirit. So that's what I think of it. I think it's a dream because it's hard to find a perfect dive bar, but when you do, it's a good thing.
Well, like around my age, it's mostly centered around social media. So it's like a lot of pressure on like looking pretty and like how we see people on social media.
It's not okay with me. That last one. It's a pretty dramatic change from like the first lady, which I agree with her, right? She's talking about freedom. What is American culture? Freedom, morals, value, culture. Like it's not about race at all. It's not about race. It's not about who cares about the color of your skin. That's just another little shiny thing they dangle in front of you. Oh yeah, don't like this person because their skin's different than you. That's ridiculous. It's about culture, right? And to have a country, you have to have a culture. So other countries are allowed to have their culture, right? Like Japan's allowed to have its culture, right? All these other countries are allowed to have their culture, but somehow we're not allowed to have a culture. Well, you don't really have one. No. That's a tactic. That's a tactic to dismantle your country. That's what that is. You absolutely do have a culture. So I liked what she was saying there. Morals, right? Morals, like in this country, we don't have child brides. No, we don't do that. In this country, we treat each other with respect, no matter what gender we are, right? Values, big one, right? What's valuable to us? It should be family. I think we've allowed that to erode away, but I think it's absolutely apparent. I mean, have you ever seen Intervention? Have you ever seen Intervention? Intervention, if you have never seen that, it's like a drug show, and it was popular back in the 90s, maybe early 2000s or whatever. But I'm telling you, it's about intervention of drug addicts, right? And gosh, if it isn't so, like all these little girls that end up addicted and whatnot, if it isn't just, I'm just telling you, it started with divorce. Every intervention, what happened? Tell us where it all. Well, my parents got divorced. I'm just saying. I didn't. I know there's people who would be like, what? What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. Well, watch the show. There's a pattern. I know it's so offensive to call out the truth. I know, but you know what? Kids do better without divorced parents. So values matters. And I like where she was talking. It's not about skin color. It's about values. It's about morals. Like, we got to have a common ground. It's about language, right? The tolerance of religion, right? If this country is built on Christianity, but we say, yeah, sure, practice whatever religion you want, but don't force it on me, and don't bring it into the street and shut down traffic, right? I mean, what's going on here? That's not respect. That's not the American way. That's not the American way. Okay? But this little gal here at the end, when she starts talking about, for her, American culture, for her, like, this is her innocent little view of American culture, that it's mostly based on social media now. And there's a lot of pressure to be pretty. That's not okay with me, that is what a little girl thinks American culture is. Because that ain't it. We've allowed it to become that. And it is way past time we take it back. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert Garcia, and I'm so glad you're here. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen.
Hey, there's still time. Take advantage of all the fantastic deals that we have. NaturallyInspiredStore.com. Just click on the December deals. There's a flip book there, and it goes through over 30 products that are buy one, get one free right now. And today only. This is only today. Okay, because it's a limited time. They give us a short window for it, but there is free shipping. Free shipping today, Monday. Okay, free shipping for anything $50 and over, right? So you only have to spend $50 and you get free shipping. So that's not usually the case. Usually the case you have to spend $150 to get free shipping. Right now, you only have to spend $50 and you get free shipping. So you could get the 2-for-1 collagen, buy one, get one free, and you'd pay no shipping on it. Woohoo! I love a bargain. So take advantage of it today. Text me if you have any questions, 720-303-8868. Happy to answer them for you. Book an assessment with me. Grab yourself some collagen before the deal runs out, and then book an assessment and let's sit and chat and come up with a plan for your optimum health journey. I love doing that. I love visiting with you. You're all so interesting, by the way. I love learning your stories and just listening to your story and how we can get you back on track on your optimum health journey. So you can just text me 720-303-8868 or purchase products now, naturallyinspiredstore.com, and get on into the Naturally Inspired community. What was I going to say? I had a thought about that last bit there, about the little girl or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy how this has really like slid off the map, in terms of culture. And we're the only ones that can bring it back. You know, we really are the only ones that can bring it back, us in our masses, right? When we start claiming our culture back. No, we're going to speak English here. No, this is what we do here. You know, this is America. Love it or leave it. You know, we have to get back to that so that these young girls understand what truly is important. And I think that we've just lost sight of that. You know, these young kids are spending way too much time on the portal, the phone, and that's becoming their reality. And that's not what we want, right? That's not a recipe for a successful country and a successful culture. That is what I call super consumerism, right? Just be a consumer. And what does it all mean? You know, all the fancy purses and the great cars and all, like, what does it all mean? If you have no kids, no nothing, like you're living to, what are you living for? You know, to buy the next great thing? I don't like it. And I don't think it reflects who we truly are. I think we've been led astray, right, by corporations and people who want us plugged into the consumer feed constantly. It's going to take some work to get us out of it, but I believe we can do it. I think people are already starting to, you know, pull away and understand what's really happening here. All right, got some news stories for you. Amazon data center. Have you seen these things? So the latest verified Amazon data center project is in St. Joseph County, Indiana, and it includes $15 billion Amazon data center. So this is what it's building. Amazon Web Services is constructing a huge data center campus in St. Joseph County, near New Carlisle, Indiana, near State Road 2. This is one of the largest capital investments in Indiana's history, and it's $11 billion so far, projected at $15 billion. The facility is part of Amazon's cloud computing infrastructure that supports AI, machine learning, and enterprise cloud services, serving customers across industries globally. It will host high-performance servers, storage, networking gear, and advanced computing equipment. Portions of the campus are oriented toward training and running AI models, often referenced as part of Amazon's next-generation compute infrastructure. The campus will encompass numerous buildings. Reports suggest potential expansion of up to 30 plus facilities. Some buildings are already under construction. The original AWS announcement projected at least 1,000 direct jobs over the decade as the campus grows. Beyond direct employment, the project supports thousands more in construction, electrical, fiber optic, of course. But here's the concerns. Loss of farmland and open space. Water and power infrastructure stress. This is going to be what people are going to be talking about in the coming months and years. This is going to directly affect your lifestyle. And of course, environmental and resource impact. These debates are ongoing, and local vote tracks how the county balances tech investment with community priorities. This project sits at the intersection of cloud computing demand and generative AI growth. That's my concern. So there's a new data center going in near us here in northern Colorado, in Windsor. And let me tell you, Windsor's already been highly scrutinized. There's been water in Windsor forever. Like they built these really luxurious homes and stuff. And, you know, of course, it's agriculture country. And so lots of water was lost to eastern towns because of this build in Windsor. And so that's been an ongoing problem. And now they're going to build a data center there. Guess what they need, right? They need water. They need water to cool. So the one going in Windsor is through a company called Global AI. And this will be a liquid-cooled data center. And they've purchased 438 acres over there. And it's going to be for AI computing. Data center houses powerful servers designed for artificial intelligence, big data processing, cloud servers, and enterprise computing. Liquid-cooled systems. The facility is expected to use liquid cooling. So this will take significant electricity and water resources, something that's already part of local conversations. Oh, yeah, we talk about water here all the time. Water, 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 right? Because we're an agricultural country here. The economic investment is about $15.6 million. And this is what you're going to see popping up in small towns coming near you. My concern is we don't fully understand the health ramifications of these data centers. We know that EMF is an issue for many people. It contributes to things like headaches, fatigue. And if you don't believe that people are affected by EMF, well, I don't know what to tell you. They actually have a program in Sweden where they pay people disability because of EMF exposure. They are disabled because of it. Chronic headaches, chronic fatigue, that type of thing. And so these data centers are going to be popping up everywhere. And I also covered not too many weeks ago how data centers are popping up in Massachusetts. And in Massachusetts, people are getting electricity bills for $1,500 or upwards of that, because the infrastructure that has to be built out in order to support these data centers. Yeah, they're not passing that cost on to the data center builder. They're passing it on to us. So the ways that AI is going to impact us as a society, I think we can't even imagine. Like, there's a lot of things people haven't thought of that it's going to impact them. Like, I think a lot of people don't think that, a data center would impact their direct life. It's energy. And energy is the it thing moving forward, because we don't apparently have enough of it to be able to build all these data centers. And we don't have enough energy to be able to move into the digital revolution with the level of artificial intelligence and tech advancement that is coming. We don't have enough energy to fuel that. And so the future is going to be all about energy. You think it was about energy before with oil? You ain't seen nothing yet. It's actually kind of freaky. So watch for data centers coming near a town, if not your very town, soon, because these are going to be behemoths of infrastructure needed to power a lot of these things. So so that's a pretty interesting thing that I think we should all be looking at and paying attention to. The next story that I wanted to talk about here is shingles, because I get asked this all the time. So I'll just say it because I don't hide from anything. I'm an anti-vaxxer. Yes, I am. I think that's pretty clear. I don't think anti-vax is actually an insult. I've struggled to understand why people thought that was an insult. Oh, you're not an anti-vaxxer, are you? Why, yes, I am. Why, yes, I am. When one almost kills your kid, you might be too, right? It's not. And actually, when you look at the data, okay, that's usually my next sentence. Have you ever read about it? Do you understand the ingredients in it? Do you understand the benefit-risk ratio? Right? Do you understand sanitation and the development of sanitation? Do you understand polio? These are my questions, right? And once you have gone down all of those different, avenues of research, and you come back to me and you say, I still think you should have 72 vaccines for life. I would say you're crazy. You're crazy because the data is all there. The research is all there. And some of the research isn't there. And that's also a problem. But anyway, a lot of people ask me about the shingles vaccine. So we're going to get into it after the break. There might be some stuff that you need to know. Stay tuned. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. We'll be right back.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
You can work with me if you are looking for help on your optimum health journey, support a community. I have openings going into the new year. So book at naturallyinspiredradio.com or naturallyinspiredstore.com. Either one of those you can go to and you can book your free assessment with me. It takes about 30 minutes. Sometimes, usually we're on a little bit longer than that, I'll be honest, because, once we get into your story, I want to make sure I get all the information I can get you to get you on your path to optimum health. And sometimes, that just requires a little more listening than half an hour. But, we can definitely do it in half an hour. So book your time with me now. We'll have a little chat, ask you some questions, and see how we can get you on the right track, on the road. So many people now, I want to get off my medication. I want to do this. I want to do that. Yeah, it is time. These people are liars. They are liars and they are predators. And it's hard to know what the truth is. And but there is truth out there. You just need to know where to look. There are plenty of studies. There are plenty of places to get information to make informed decisions about your health. You just might not hear them on the mainstream news, So anyway, book a session with me. You can text me 720-303-8868 or go to naturallyinspiredstore.com and book your assessment with me. Next up, I want to talk about shingles, right? We're talking about shingles. Let's go straight to my clip. This doctor explains. This doctor cracks me up because he's just been doing this now. He just sits down at his desk and he opens up the product package and he takes the insert out and he reads it. Imagine that. Something we never seen before. Doctors actually reading product inserts. So here it is. And this is about your shingles vaccine.
Made by GlaxoSmithKline. Let's take a look. Section 5.2 under warnings. Post-marketing observational studies. Increased risk of GBS, Guillain-Barré syndrome, was observed during the 42 days following the Shingrix vaccine. This is not correlation, this is causation. Ingredients. This is grown in Chinese hamster ovary cells, and they tell us that there is residual amount of host cell proteins in the vaccine itself. It also contains polysorbate 80, in addition to an adjuvant that's called AS01B. AS01B is a proprietary product to GlaxoSmithKline. It's also used in their RSV respiratory syncytial virus. The problem with this product is that it can overstimulate the immune system. It can cause severe local and systemic reactions. As a matter of fact, it's estimated that the systemic reactions can be in 50% of the recipients. In addition, there is limited safety studies on this excipient. There is a product within the excipient called QS21 that is shown to be cytotoxic at higher doses, that is, toxic to cells. My favorite FDA section, of course, is 13.1. I am reading, Shingrix has not been evaluated for its carcinogenic or mutagenic potential. Translation, we don't know if this product could lead to cancer. And then the studies that brought this to market. Obviously, it's designed to prevent shingles, but most importantly, it's to prevent post-herpetic neuralgia, a complication of shingles. So, in the package insert and the studies, the numbers needed to treat. If you're older than 80, you would have to treat 356 patients with the Shingrix vaccine to prevent one case of post-herpetic neuralgia. Of course, you don't know who that person is going to be, and all the other offer little benefit.
So the trick is here that we have to continue to believe that these injections will actually prevent you from getting the dis-ease. And the data show that that's unlikely. It doesn't work. See, this thing they have going here doesn't work when we don't just believe. We don't just blindly believe what they tell us, right? The whole medical system doesn't work when we start peeling back the layers and look into things. It's this, it's part of the system. It's kind of like how root cause can't be a part of this system either, because idiopathic is often used. Oh, we don't know why. Or genetic, it's just genetic, right? It's really not that simple. It's really not that simple, right? Most disease, chronic disease, like 97% of chronic disease is lifestyle related. So you may have some vulnerabilities in your gene pool, but if you understand those vulnerabilities and you live for them, right? You live to upregulate those vulnerabilities, then you may never have the expression of that disease. Again, root cause, right? That's the problem with this scam of a system, this Rockefeller petrochemical pharmaceutical model, is we don't get to root cause. They look at you like you're crazy. Well, what caused this? That's irrelevant here, So that's the thing with vaccines is if we don't believe, that they're safe and effective and that they actually, provide immunity, then nobody's going to take them. And what we learned through COVID, well, some of us learned the hard way earlier, like I did with a flu shot, right? It doesn't actually protect you from the flu. No, it's like less than 19% covers covers immunity of like 19% coverage. And then there's this laundry list of side effects that can happen from it, which you're never told about. And so why would anybody take that? So anyway, there's the number of stories that we have to buy into to get that. And shingles is a big one because everybody's like, oh, they're so terrible, right? Like it's the neurological stuff. Okay. But people who get the shingles injection sometimes still get shingles. How does that work? Right? There's never any explanation to this stuff. So here's some things that you should consider. And of course, if you want to get a shingles vaccine that makes you feel better, of course do it, because I'm all about freedom. I'm not here to take anybody's pharmaceuticals away from them. Here's what triggers shingles, though, okay? It's when your immune system drops. So your surveillance immune system, when that drops, you're vulnerable. You're vulnerable. So it's very important to always be working on keeping your immune system, running well, which means diet, which means exercise, right? Which means supplementation. And of course, managing stress. Here's a huge factor so if you're exposed to other people that are getting like chickenpox injections and whatnot, that can be a factor. Shedding is real. There's 2 different kinds of chickenpox injections, and one of them sheds. And so if you're around little kids and you're exposed to them shedding chickenpox, then that can make you vulnerable to getting it. So that can be an issue, but it's also nervous system overstressed. People I have known that have had issues with shingles. I've only known of personally. I'm talking about people I've personally known, friends and such. Highly stressful situations. Highly stressful situations triggered it. So when your nervous system is overstressed, that means your immune surveillance is down, right? So just think about this. Next time you want to call that, what you think about is your reality, right? That's woo woo. And what you think about doesn't matter, right? Tell that to somebody who's gotten shingles from being too stressed. Because what is that? It is all about your thoughts that have created such a stressful environment for your body that your immune system has dropped and you now have shingles. So next time you think, thoughts don't create your reality. Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, yeah, they do. When inflammation rises, so if you're somebody that carries around a lot of inflammation, this makes you more vulnerable as well. And nutrient deficiencies, right? So supplementation. I know there's a lot of people out there that, doctors and whatnot, they're like, it's just expensive urine. I cannot understand that. I do not understand that. If I do not take my supplements, I absolutely feel different. So I don't know what they're talking about. They've got to just be, running on old information or something. I don't know. But that's a load of BS. You're not getting the nutrients from your food. You're just not. I don't care how healthy you're eating. The food is not being grown in the soils that it used to be grown in. It's grown in nutrient bankrupt soils, even whole foods. So you've got to supplement. Prevention focuses on immune strength and nervous system regulation. You must have a regular practice. We're all hit with life. And if we don't have a practice that helps us strengthen our nervous system, when things happen in life, we're going to be blindsided. So if we have a regular practice, whether it's stretching or breathing or, using herbs like ashwagandha, taking care, prayer throughout the day to make sure we sit in silence with no input. These are all strategies, working our vagus nerve. These are all strategies to strengthen the immune system so that when stuff happens in life, we don't face shingles on top of it because we have a regular practice. Prioritize deep restorative sleep, blood sugar, keeping your blood sugar stable. Also supporting your gut health and more. We'll get into it when we get back.
Did you know that nearly 70% of Americans struggle with their health every single day? That's why we are reaching out to health professionals and to anyone who simply has a heart for helping people. Right now, there's an opportunity to make a real difference in people's lives while building a flexible income stream for yourself. Whether you're already working in health, wellness, or just passionate about seeing people thrive, we want to connect with you and introduce you to our system. Together, we can provide real solutions that empower people to take control of their health and create lasting impact. If you've been looking for a way to combine purpose with income, this is it. Visit simplehealthincome.com or text 720-764-7448. That's simplehealthincome.com or text 720-764-7448. We look forward to working with you.
Welcome back. Visit naturallyinspiredstore.com. Take advantage of all the buy one, get one free and free shipping today. Just have to place an order of $50 to get that free shipping so you can get the buy one, get one collagen and pay no shipping. It's a great deal only today, though. It ends tonight, so don't miss out. I don't want to get frantic texts tomorrow. Can I still get the free shipping? Can I still get the free shipping? Nope. It's only today, so take advantage of it today. And there are over 30 products there available 2 for 1 at naturallyinspiredstore.com. So, like with kind of the theme of the show we've been talking about today is like fraud and the lies and this like belief system that has kind of kept us in this paradigm of what somebody mentioned in the American culture video I played is like this illusion of being free. Right? So we've lived in this illusion of being free when, we've been told all these things, take these injections, take this medicine, you have to do this, there's no other way. Turns out that's like enslaving us. And we're going to have to be brave to break away from that model. We are, because being personally responsible is tough, right? Because there's consequences to it. But if you look at it through the right lens, like it's exciting because we're not getting very good results here anyway. You know what I mean? I want to play this clip for you before we go into our health topic for today, which I'm going to cover aloe vera today because it came up over the break here. So I'm going to talk about that. But first, this is good stuff. Take a listen to this.
The more you trust the science, the more likely you are to die. In the next 90 seconds, I can show you how science became the deadliest religion in America. In 1910, Rockefeller funded the Flexner Report. Overnight, natural medicine becomes quackery and pharmaceutical medicine becomes science. The same guy who made billions selling oil is now in charge of what doctors learn. What could go wrong? 1948, the American Heart Association takes $1.7 million from Procter & Gamble, makers of Crisco. Suddenly, saturated fat is evil and seed oils are heart healthy. Today, heart disease is the #1 killer. The science they sold you is responsible for countless deaths. 1985, Philip Morris, a cigarette company, buys General Foods and Kraft. They hire the same scientists who made cigarettes addictive to engineer your food. Now, over 70% of Americans are overweight. Same level of harm, just rebranded as food. Today, there's a fake science institute that infiltrates health organizations worldwide. It's called International Life Sciences Institute. Sounds wholesome, right? Well, it's owned by Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Red Bull, and other food companies. They've influenced obesity policy in China, nutrition guidelines at the World Health Organization, and the experts your doctor trusts. Your evidence-based doctors, your credentialed nutritionists, they're not experts. They're victims. Victims of a system so perfectly corrupted, they can't even imagine they've been duped by it. Medical error is the 3rd leading cause of death in America. We spend more on healthcare than any other nation, and we're the sickest. That's not incompetence. That's the plan working.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, I mean, I've covered all of that stuff. I've covered all of that stuff through the years. That's what I call a racket. They start these little agencies and these little agencies are, we're going to regulate the industry. Like everybody's got a racket. Everybody's got a racket. So keep that in mind as you work through some of the things with your health. I want to talk a little bit about aloe vera because it came up. My daughter is using it over the break and my son uses it. Everybody uses aloe in this house. We have aloe plants all over the place. And so I thought, what a good thing to talk about today because it's also on sale on the Naturally Inspired store. Buy one, get one free. So let's talk about top benefits of aloe. Everybody thinks this, right? Skin healing and repair. That's what everybody thinks. Sunburns, minor burns, cuts, scrapes, wounds. Of course, it even works on acne. And it encourages collagen production in skin and hydration, right? Because it has polysaccharides, enzymes, and antioxidants that speed healing. So kind of everybody knows that. But did you know that it's good for digestive support? The juice, right? So the juice that you can buy, when properly processed, aloe helps with digestion. So it soothes the stomach and intestinal lining. It helps with acid reflux or gastritis, supports gut inflammation healing, and can aid mild constipation in gentle doses. It also works as an anti-inflammatory and immune support. So aloe contains compounds that help calm the immune response, helps reduce systemic inflammation, provides antioxidants, vitamins A, C, and E, supports immune signaling, and tissue repair. This is one I didn't know. Oral health. Yeah. So used in natural mouth rinses, it can help with gum irritation and inflammation, canker sores, and just tissue healing in your gums in general. It can help with. So that's awesome. I didn't know that. Here's another one I didn't know, hair and scalp health. So obviously it soothes if you have itchy scalp, but it helps reduce dandruff. And it also conditions hair without buildup. So you can use it as a conditioner on your hair. Supports scalp circulation and follicle health. This is one I did know. Blood sugar and metabolic support. So it improves insulin sensitivity. It supports blood sugar balance. It helps reduce oxidative stress related to metabolism. So it's supportive. What else? What else do we need to know here? You want to make sure that you get a good source. Of course, we have one on our website right now that is wonderful and toxic-free aloe. You can go to naturallyinspiredstore.com. Just click on the December deals, and the Modere brand of aloe is available for purchase. But these are the plants that have been put around us. You know, the medicinal things that have been put around us, just on the earth, you know, natural. And these are the easy things. Like these are things that everybody should have in their house, you know, and hopefully moving forward as we come to this realization that we have way more power over our outcomes of health than we've ever been led to believe. We've been led that our genetics will doom us, that it's idiopathic. We don't know why these things happen, all of that stuff. But the truth is you have a lot more power over your health than you think you do. But it is about developing a lifestyle, right? Instead of pharmaceuticals in your medicine cabinet, you should have an arsenal of different things, tools that you need in your household. I've been living this way now for, I don't even know how long, right? Years, decades. I don't have pharmaceuticals in my house. I'm not saying I would never take them. You know, there's a time and a place for pharmaceuticals. Emergency medicine is fantastic, as I always say, but it should not be the first thing we reach for. Understanding that your body is always communicating with you. It's communication, right? They call it symptoms. I call it signals because it's a signal. It's a communication. And we shouldn't just be reacting to that communication without thought. We should be responding to that communication, right? With the intent of decoding the communication. What is this telling me, right? Why do I have acid reflux? Why do I feel like I'm carrying around inflammation? These are the questions we should be asking instead of, you know, how do I shut this up? How do I stop this? What do I need? What do I need? I do believe that, you know, because I've done hundreds and hundreds of assessments, you know, and spoken to people for years now about their health, about what they do in their lifestyle. And, you know, as we kind of peel back the layers of what's going on in people's health journey, they'll know, you know, oh, the doctor told me this, and I knew that wasn't right. I knew that wasn't right. You know, I knew it wasn't that. But I didn't know what else it was, so I went along with it. That is your inner intuition. Nobody is more qualified to understand what is going on in your body than you. Yeah, maybe you don't have a medical degree. Maybe you can't diagnose it. Maybe you don't know the, you know, technical term for it or whatever, but you know what's going on in your own body. You know it. When someone says, oh, I think it's this, you're like, I don't think it's that. I don't think that's what it is. You know. It's a matter of tuning in and seeking to understand. Instead of reacting in fear of the signal, lean into it. What are you trying to save me from here? Right? What are you trying to save me from here? So things like gut inflammation, acid reflux, those types of things, that is a signal. And that's very much inflammation, right? Angry inflammation. And it's time to cool and calm things down, right? How do you do that? Well, you've got to change your diet, right? Ultra processed foods, big thing. You know, if you're still drinking soda, God bless you. I don't know how you are, but you got to get off that stuff. You know, it's wreaking havoc on your stomach. And then you got to take a look at some of these prescription meds that you're taking too, which also can wreak havoc on your stomach and your gut microbiome. So, you know, if it feels like fire, then we match that with coolness, right? If it's hot, we gotta put out the fire. So I always think of like protein and, you know, high healthy fat diet that extinguishes inflammation. That puts it out. Sugar, we know sugar fuels inflammation and keeps it hot and fiery, right? Just visuals. The power of visualization when it comes to your health, I think, is highly underutilized. You've got to have a picture in your mind for your health, because this is the driver, right? Your brain is the driver of this body. It takes you where you tell it to go. And if all you're thinking about is, you know, oh, I've got so much inflammation, this is painful, that's painful, why is this inflamed? And you have no vision for health, how do you expect to get there? Right? You have to build a vision for it. So, plenty of space in naturally inspired community. It is never, you know, I say start today. I say don't wait till, you know, I'm going to start in January. Oh, I'm going to start in February. Like today's a great day to start. You can start today. But start, you know, because again, all this stuff we've talked about today, you know, the fraud is everywhere. It's everywhere. And, it's not hard to get swept up in it, in this predatory model. And most people who I talk to, you know, who are dealing with things, I wish I could go back, you know, wind the clock back for them, where they just maybe made some different decisions, you know, because it is a lot of times it could have been, you know, a birth control or a medication or a surgery or something that triggered, you know, multiple things. So anyway, stock yourself up. You need tools. You need wellness tools. You can get them. Take advantage. Liquid Aloe Vera Special 2 for 1, naturallyinspiredstore.com. Thanks so much for joining me today, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.